I'd set myself to have £3 profit by the time of my 19th birthday.
Okay.
And I did that a couple months ago, and I've still got a couple months till I'm 19. So I've set a new one with a net worth goal, and I'm looking like I should beat that as well. I should get that either on time or before, hopefully. So I'm looking really happy with that.
Yeah, that's very cool. So you're 18 years old.
Yeah.
Looks like you're setting yourself up for massive success.
I'm hoping so. I'm hoping I'm doing all the right things, and I feel like I am at the moment in time. So I'm going to try and keep it up.
You are. There's no you are, right?
I'm Jay Clements, and I'm from Chesterfield in Derbyshire. So yeah, central England more than anything like the Midlands.
Okay, brilliant. So how did you come across us, first of all?
Well, to be honest, it was my dad that found yourself on television doing like your part course thing, and then ended up getting your book, and then from there, that's where we went down to do like the one-day event. So yeah, it was finding you off the TV originally, and then doing more research into it after.
Brilliant. Okay, and what were you hoping to get out of it?
Well, to be honest, at first I wasn't entirely sure what it involved, and I was just hoping to have more of an idea, because when I was younger, obviously you do your little thing where you're like, oh, I want to have a go at this, and you do a demo account and you lose all your demo money, not knowing anything. But then I just wanted to see if I could do it more than anything. See, obviously other people had managed it, so why not be able to do it myself? So
what was the best thing about the course, the workshop?
To be honest, what I really did like was the book that you gave us to go through at the time, because having that after now, I can just look upon that book at any point and find out exactly what I've done.
The workbook? Do you mean?
Yeah.
With all your notes in it.
Yeah, I think I've got it in here, and then I found that very useful.
Yeah.
So that was
very notes.
Yeah. So. Because I've also got the DVD disc in here as well.
Yeah. Did you study that before coming on the workshop?
I don't know if I did before the workshop, but I've gone through it. I think it was when we were first getting involved in it, so I knew more what it was about. Because at the time I didn't know much about it, because my dad was the one that originally found it more than me. And then once he showed me, it got me into it, and now we're both into it just the same as each other. Here it is. This one, the advanced stock one.
Okay.
This was the one that I found really useful.
Yeah, that's got a lot of stuff in there.
Yeah, because it's got every slide for the whole weekend, so you can look back on all of it. That's the workbooks that I've got on every course, to be honest.
So, Jay, tell us. So, what have been your results since the workshop?
So the workshop was late November, and at that point I think we were slightly down, only about 6%, and then just as the year ended, we managed to put ourselves back on break even, and now I think the trading's it's coming on 30% this year.
So hold on, so 30% of your entire portfolio, not just on one trade or something?
No, on my trading account, it's 30%.
That's brilliant.
So and then
it's November, December, January, February, March, April, May, right?
Yeah.
So now you're talking about what, 6 months, 30%?
Yeah.
So 60% a year. What do you think about that?
Very happy with it, to be honest. I'm very, very happy with it.
What do your parents think about that?
Yeah, they're very happy as well. It looks like we're starting to get the hang of it now, and we're eager to learn more.
Yeah, exactly. You got to keep going, keep making distinctions, etc. Keep going, keep that momentum. So, which strategies are you using mainly?
It was Buffalo until obviously what's happened, because it's gone a bit all over the place. So we switched our focus onto VCA, and I've actually had Dennis just show me a bit about the RSI strategy on stocks, and I trialed my first one, and it came out at a profit. I think it dropped on the actual thing. I think it dropped 5%, and I got stopped out. So I got a nice profit on that one on the first attempt on it.
Okay.
So that one's going. That looks like it's starting well, and I'm getting into that one now as well.
And what about VCA?
The VCA at the moment in time, near enough. I think every single one we're in, apart from two, are in profit, which is crude oil.
Yes, well, that's not surprising.
Yeah,
But it's slowly coming up, isn't it?
yeah, it's picking up now. It was a lot more in the red than it is now. It's not so bad now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think percentage-wise, I think that's on about 20% this year, because we'd luckily just started getting into it just before all this happened, so we timed it just right, luckily. So yeah, that's about
luckily. I like the luckily. Yeah, you make your own luck. So what about cryptos? I hear you're trying to get involved in that now.
Yeah, cryptos. We wanted to look into them, and then when we had the time off. I spent a solid week setting up my accounts, and the majority of my dad's as well.
Brilliant, brilliant. You know, other
Yeah.
people are crying about, you know, no offense to them, but they're like, and other people are getting on with building their wealth, which clearly you are.
Yeah. So that, I think it's 38%. Both of us are on now.
Yeah.
So it's been in that.
And how long has that taken? Not very long.
No, not very long. So that'd be probably the start of April, because we were spending that week.
Hold on a moment. It's now what? The beginning of June. We've just started June. So hold on. So April and May. So what, in 2.5 months, you're up what? How many percent?
38.
Do you know what I love? It's like, okay, now you're smiling, but before it was like, yeah, we're up 38%, as if it's normal. Which, by the way, it is once you understand the volatility of cryptos, right?
Yeah.
Now you're like, what? You know, if at this time next year you wouldn't be up 38%, you'd be like, you know, what's going on? You know, it's interesting how the mind expands, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I've been while also being in lockdown, I've tried to focus a lot on mindset and getting into that. So I'm getting like more confidence and more belief in it like now. Whereas like 38% to me, that's what it needs to be. You know, I'm in that mindset where it's like I'm getting the high percentages, getting the confidence to put the trade on, to know what I'm doing, and it seems to be working. And I've had a lot more successful and unsuccessful trades as of recent, so I'm really happy with it. Yeah.
Yeah, and even when you do have a string of losses, you know that the probability is you'll then have a string of winners. So it just, whereas most people don't know that. So how important is education in all this?
Very, very. I mean, I still follow all the rules that I get given from everyone to a T, from Keith and Dennis. So, because we started off not realizing we weren't following the rules, but after we analysed the trades, we realised that wasn't what we were supposed to do, and it was a bit of in the moment stuff, and then that's where we were losing.
Well done. Well done for analysing your trades. That's awesome. Most people just give up. Well done.
Yeah, I think we do like sort of a quarterly breakdown of what's happened and everything, and like got a spreadsheet on it so we can see where we've moved on throughout the months and that. And yeah, so once we started properly following the rules, we started getting more and more victories, and then more and more confidence, and then it
kind of builds on each other, doesn't it? Victory, confidence, then more victory. It's because of the confidence, then even more confident. It's like an upward spiral, whereas a lot of people tend to go in a downward spiral in their lives. So education important. What about mindset? Very
important, because I'll be honest. At first, I didn't think it was important, and I wasn't all for it. But now I've started getting into it. I've started doing the affirmations because that fortnightly call with you and Madrika, we listened to that and we started getting into all that, and then now.
Which call is that? Sorry, which call?
Is it the
Your Success and Wealth Club?
Yeah, that one, every 2 weeks.
Oh yeah.
And then now, not even just in trading and investing, just in general in life, I'm getting like more confidence, better mindset, confidence in myself. So I'm really happy with how it's going at the moment in time.
This is brilliant. You know, I can see the change in you as well.
Yeah.
You might, I don't know whether you can well, you said you are, right? But I can see it because I remember you before and now. I think there's a huge difference.
Yeah, my confidence has increased quite a lot.
Which, by the way, has got to be the most important thing, because everything else is on that. You know, so you can have self-belief, confidence, trust in yourself. I mean, seriously, we went into schools teaching compounding and blah, blah, blah. And I just thought, do you know what they really need is more confidence in themselves.
Oh, definitely.
And that's what we really want to teach. So mindset. So what do? You said something about affirmations. What else do you do?
So in the morning, I'll I've sorted it now because before I used to struggle to sleep as well. So it like if I start of the night, I'll do like half an hour of affirmations, and I'll do like a sleep meditation thing to calm me to sleep. And when I wake up, I'll get myself up, do a bit of a wake up thing, then do my affirmations while I'm doing some exercise. And just even doing the exercise like makes you happier, release endorphins. Because I'd stopped doing stuff since the start of lockdown. Because obviously I wasn't going to the gym, so I'd stopped doing everything.
You do know, by the way, that we give you free training with Tom, my trainer.
Yeah, my mum and dad do it, but I do struggle to get up that early.
That is a bit early. I struggle as well. 6:45. It's like.
Yeah, I know. Sometimes I can do it, and then sometimes I don't bother. But I heard it's now going on the website as well.
It will do. So what we're doing is we're going to be recording it all, and then we're going to put 5 of the best ones on there. So just on your Success and Wealth Club.
Yeah.
Yeah, then you can play it, when you want. Yeah.
Yeah, then I'll do it half an hour later, probably when I'm up.
Why not? Listen, I think it's got to fit into your life until you get into that habit, and then you can start moving the times. I agree. So you've got a bit of a morning routine going, haven't you?
Yeah, I've started doing that the last few weeks now. So yeah.
That's awesome. That's fantastic. Okay. Do you write down your goals?
I've got them written in a book. I've already broken one of them.
You've broken one of them. What on?
Yeah,
is that good or bad? That
achieved
bad.
it. Achieved it.
Achieved sounds a lot better than broken.
Yeah.
I've broken my goal.
Yeah, no.
Can you share what that is?
Yeah, I set it was a money one rather than percentage. I'd set myself to have $3,000 profit by the time of my 19th birthday, and I did that a couple months ago, and I've still got a couple months till I'm 19. So I've set a new one with a net worth goal, and I'm looking like I should beat that as well. I should get that either on time or before, hopefully. So I'm looking really happy with that.
Yeah, that's very cool. So you're 18 years old.
Yeah.
Looks like you're setting yourself up for massive success.
I'm hoping so. I'm hoping I'm doing all the right things, and I feel like I am at the moment in time. So I'm going to try and keep it up.
You are. There's no you are, right? That's awesome, because you're doing it like hopium. That's what people smoke, hopium. You don't want to be smoking that. You want to be just doing, just doing.
Yeah.
It. And what about your father? What were his goals, do you think?
His goals is to retire. He wants to have a safer retirement than what he's got at the moment in time.
It's quite clever of him bringing you along so you can support each other as a family.
Yeah. So where we do the trading buddies, we're literally together all the time doing it. So we're doing everything together.
I love it. I love that kind of vision of families talking together about stuff they would normally not talk about. Did you get any other family members involved?
Well, my mum's wanting to start learning it when she gets time for it, so we're getting her involved in it. And I've got a little sister, which she doesn't fully understand it yet, but we're starting to get her into some of the stuff. And
absolutely, and start getting into junior ISAs and things like that.
Yeah. So she's
tax free.
Pardon, sorry?
It's all tax free.
Yeah. So she's getting involved a bit more in it now, because we didn't want to involve her too much at the start, because we were learning it quite a lot. But now we're starting to get the hang of it a bit more. We're introducing my mum and my sister into it, so we're starting to do it all as a sort of team.
How old's your sister?
She's 12. She's turned 13
okay, so the youngest person we ever had was 8. Yeah. So I think she's kind of ready. Yeah. Especially if you're all doing it, that's absolutely fantastic. So what do you see the future? Well, we already said, so net worth. Okay, fine. So what would you say to anybody who basically is thinking about doing the course? They're like, whatever. What would you say?
Definitely do it. Because I was like that at the start. Obviously the gold membership to me is quite a bit of money at my age, but it was definitely worth doing. Like even having to get a loan and doing it, because you'll end up it's worth it. It's worth its weight in gold, to be honest.
That's why it's called the gold membership.
Yeah.
But what specifically about it though?
The help you get, because I can if I message anyone like Dennis, Keith, Eamon, within a few minutes they've replied, and like Dennis, I just asked a question, just expecting him to message back, and he actually just offered we'll have a quick phone call, and I was speaking to him on the phone about it for the RSI strategy.
I love it. I just love it. You have no idea how I feel when you say stuff like that. It makes me Yeah, that's what we want to do. You know, that's and just to hear that the team are doing that, it's just I get a bit emotional. It's brilliant. I love that. That's what we're all about, you know, because we remember how we were when we first started, and I did not have anybody. It was just a seminar. They said, "Thanks for coming." You know, that's what I explained at the one-day event, and I was just like, "You're be kidding! Like, please just help me," you know. But there was never any support, you know.
Yeah. But no, I really, all the guys you've got, to be honest. I haven't met a company where everyone is the same like that. Everyone's up and happy to help. Because I mean, like my dad owns a company, and I work in it, and like we've got some guys like that, but not all of them are like that. I can't believe how all of them are the same. Everyone's just a happy, smiley, and always wanting to help.
Well, listen, it sounds good, right? But the reality is, as you grow that company, you do have to get rid of a few people that just don't fit into.
Yeah.
You try and lift them, and some do, right? But some don't. And then you need to, you know, new ones, and they don't work out. And then, but we have an amazing team, and I think at some stage when that culture is so strong that then like attracts like, so you start getting people like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. You can't really change people, you know, but you can. Some of them you can inspire.
Yeah.
And then you just got to hire the right people.
Yeah. But no, also like the same point is like, because you've got so many the same. When someone joins, everyone is like that. Do you know if you know what I mean? Like in a football team, they say if you're playing a good football team, even if you're not very well, the other players make you good. Like because everyone works together and goes to be the same.
Very true. Sometimes, you know, and in relationships, it's the same. Sometimes I'm up, she's down, so lift up. Sometimes I'm down, so she's up. So it's exactly the same. Absolutely, I would agree with you. And that's the team, isn't it? The team.
Yeah.
We have a great team.
Yeah, you do, to be fair.
Yeah. That's brilliant. Anything else you'd like to tell people? Any messages?
Just go for it. Don't think about it. Just go for it. It's worth doing. Just give it a go.
Yeah.
And any age can do it, really. Like I was saying, we're getting my sister into it, and then my dad's into it, my mum's into it. You can do it. Just put your mind to it, and you can do it. It is worth it. Brilliant
that you're doing it as a family. Absolutely fantastic. So, what do you do? Do you like discuss things? Do you discuss money around the dinner table?
Some not full money. Obviously, with my sister being her age, we don't discuss. We discuss percentages and that we're doing well in that. But yeah, we have two desks in it, so we sit opposite each other. And
is your dad there now?
No, he's not. He's gone out just in case his phone rings because he didn't want to disturb.
Can I bring him in just to say hello?
How you doing?
Yeah, very good. You all right, Dave?
Yes, very fine. Fine, thank you.
Good. I'm interviewing you next, apparently.
Yes, apparently so. Yes.
Yeah, I'd love to have you guys together just for a second.
Yep.
Jay, can you just show yourself again? There we go. Father and son, brilliant, working together. And just remind me, what have your results been since? What did you say? 30% on
the crypto is 30%.
On the crypto is 38. It's 30% on the Buffalo.
Right.
Yeah.
30% on the Buffalo, 38% on the cryptos.
Yes.
Cryptos is the way, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
You've got to love that volatility.
Yeah, it's a bit surreal when you start looking at that one. You're thinking there's something got to happen shortly. But yeah, I mean, it's looking good at the moment in time. Very good.
Yeah. But are you taking the profit as well at some stage?
To be honest, we've sort of taken a bit of profit, but we've kept it going because every time we sort of said, okay, what we'll do is let it come down a bit before we decide, because at the moment it keeps going back up. So we sort of toying whether we take a bit or not. And this is part of what we've just been having discussions the last couple of days. Whether we actually think, well, okay, do we actually take the profit out at the top and then just keep making it that way, or do we just sort of hold out because it's not going to go down too far? By the time we've got it out, going back in, sort of thing.
Yeah. Maybe just take a percentage with a kind of either a stop order just below it or a limit order if you want to reach a certain. Yeah, it is tricky, isn't it? It's like getting in is really easy. It's like whatever.
Yeah,
but the getting out is like the mystical art, you know.
Well, it's been like the stocks because we've had some that where they've sort of gone up 5%. The next day they come down 4%. Then they go up 5%, come down 4%. So you think, well, do it in or out sort of thing. So we think, well, okay, we'll go every 2 days we'll move the stop loss just in case. Because we had before where we actually got taken out, then it went shot back up again. It just touched what we were at. And then went off, so we think, okay, we'll do it a bit more now, sort of thing, because it's so volatile, everything is at the moment.
Yeah. Which, by the way, volatility is one of those things where everybody, when they hear that word, what do you think about volatility?
Oh, it's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. We're sat there. Say we had the one, say the Marsden's Brewery. I think we'll put 108% now.
Yeah, it's about 108 now. We did 102 in one day.
Because the best part about that, we did it on a Friday, so we had 3 days to keep looking at it, 102% on trading view. So it was really good, the fact it was a Friday, because we could look over a weekend, still showing the same figure.
You're like, don't change. Yeah. So what did you do with that? Did you just put a stop loss right underneath it, or?
To be honest, we didn't. We have done now, but we didn't do originally. The reason we didn't do is we actually do a lot of work with Marsden's Brewery. So although we didn't know that was happening, we knew they'd been exceptionally busy over the shutdown, and they've actually got loads and loads of work on. So we sort of thought,
knowledge. I like it.
So it's a bit sort of, in that case, we thought, well, we'll hold out, because actually for how long it went, there was no real logic behind it, because we also knew they sold off a lot of the brewery, a lot of the pubs. So where the pubs got hit, they'd already sold theirs in about September time. So we actually thought, well, in that case, they shouldn't get hit as much, because I would say we actually got guys working during the shutdown, or we should have had guys working the shutdown there because of the production levels up. I mean, I know, I think 2 days ago, they actually broke the record for production and getting stuff out of the brewery.
Really?
So I think that was the weekend, we basically started seeing people again. We come to the weekend, everybody started buying, because they do cans. On the particular one we were working in, but we actually worked in 3 or 4 of their size. So we actually thought, in that case, then what we'll just hold out a bit more. It has kept going up since then, because it went down a bit, but went down I think about 6%, but then it's actually shot up again, and it's been going up constantly since then.
Are you still in that?
Yeah, we've got a stop loss, but it's not hit it yet.
Yeah.
Still
but you're going to start raising your stop loss when it has a dip?
Yes, that's what we started doing now, yes. So what we've done is, because one day it seems to go up, next day it goes down, we sort of wait till it's gone down and then put the stop loss in then. As the rules seems to be happening at the moment, it seems to take every 2 days it goes back up. So we're just trying to make sure we don't get caught on the stop loss on the next day to try and get it.
I don't know whether this 2 day thing is any kind of...
No, I've no idea at all, but it sounds good when we're thinking about it.
Well, it sounds good, the 2 day strategy, but no. All right, then, Dave, brilliant. Listen, I just wanted to capture you guys together just because it's so inspirational, I think, to have families kind of learning together. And Jay was telling us that, your wife's getting involved, maybe even your daughter.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Because it's kind of sets them up on that pillar. They can do all the other pillars, but sets them up on that pillar. Yeah. Because at 12, you can be at home and you can do it, can't you?
Yes.
And they're good at patterns and and all this kind of stuff.
It's also the fact, I think, by doing something where it's sort of regimented, it gets them in the stage of going forward in life anyway, that you put the work in, get yourself regimented and the systems in, you actually can go wherever you want to go. And that's that's the bit I like as much as anything else, is actually showing them actually hard work gets you something. And actually, you have to give up a bit of your time, but a bit of your time is actually worth giving up for.
I'm just taking notes here because I never thought of that. I'm going to use that. No, that's brilliant, Dave, because that's really good. It's some people, they teach their children taekwondo and whatever, which brilliant. Yeah. But why? Yes, to defend themselves for sure, but also for that discipline. And you call it that regulated activity. And then they see the results, and it teaches them something. That's brilliant, and in exactly the same way they can do this as well.
Well, to be honest, I've always worked on that. So many people say, well, what can I give the kids by, so as well, leave them so much money and all this sort of stuff. I work on that. When I'm gone sort of thing, what I want them to be able to do is stand on their own 2 feet and know how to produce everything they want to do and get what they want out of their own stuff. Not because, somebody's giving it me, because it doesn't mean anything. Whereas if they've done it themselves, I mean, everything Jay's got his trading, everything, it's all done on himself. He saves his own money, he does the trading. We've done nothing, even the gold membership Jay's paying for, we're not paying for.
Oh, it's brilliant.
So he's by him doing that, it makes him incentive, but also at the same time, as you've seen results now, it gives him the confidence to be able to believe that no matter what he does going forward, he can do it, because he's proved already that he can do it.
Yeah, we discussed the confidence thing. I think the confidence is it. It's the secret. Behind the secret is just to believe in yourself. Yeah, yeah. And, but by the way, so Jay's just realizing that he's not going to be left any money. That he.
I already told him.
I know.
He's already told him.
He told me that already.
I know, but he's still like hoping.
I am hoping there must be something.
Yeah. No, it's what they said. My intention of it is basically what was left would be going to a fund, and then they'd be unpaid, but they'd have to do something with it to benefit other people. So therefore, they'd actually also learn that money's not just for themselves; it's also to benefit other people. But the money they get is off their own back, off their own working.
Brilliant. That's fine. Whose idea was that?
That was mine. That's just why it definitely wasn't Jay's.
Absolutely fantastic. Right. Well, thank you so much, you two. Great inspiration. I'm sure other people watching this will go, do you know what? This is a great thing.
Thank you for interviewing me.
No, thank you very much. So we appreciate everything you've done and everything. That's like very good. Very good. I'd say it's been big help in everything we've done so far and everything like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you know, say I can't, the guys that work for you and everything, you say you're superb. You know, I've been dealing with service industry for 30 odd years, and I've never come across where everybody is at the same level, which is very, very, very unusual. That everybody's at the same level and the same mentality, the same process, and customer service relations, whatever you want to call them. I've in 30 odd years, I've never come across that level.
Oh, thank you. Thanks, Dave. I appreciate that. We do work at it.
Yeah, it does. Say we work in the service industry ourselves, and it's to actually get everybody to follow the same system is very, very difficult. One of these things that looks always near easy to do that, it isn't in the slightest, because we're actually trying to get people to have the same mindset. It is very difficult, and also the same mindset to be able to work together. It's very difficult. And say once you achieve it, it's brilliant. But say it's not an easy thing by any shape or form.
Thank you. I'll have to share with you how we actually do that one day.
Yeah,
there's something called a code of honor. So it's like a value.
Yeah.
We all do it together and then we sign it off. So whenever anybody's behavior, it's not them, it's their behavior shows that they don't do it. You just remind them about, I don't know whether you realize, but do you remember number 7 on the code of honor? Now, I'm sure you didn't mean it. So you don't attack them. You don't, do you know what you did? They go, "What?" But you talk about the behavior. Yeah. So it's not them. They're not wrong. The behavior is just a bit.
Yes, it is. Usually something, it's only just a fine tweak of something that's actually can change it. But say it is actually getting a group of people to. The more people you get, the harder it becomes. But
yes, for sure. Yeah, you know, for sure. We're a small team. You know, there's like 4 teams. I think the recruitment's quite important.
It is. Yeah, I mean, I used to think that. Lots of the things I do is when I'm taking people on Lafayette at work on, well, if they've got a personality, that's a start. Because if you deal with people, you can't give somebody a personality. They can be the best, we're an electrical company, best electrician in the world, but if you've got no personality, you're knackered completely. The trouble of it is that sometimes the personality is like, you're told to go to the pub with them, but you certainly wouldn't employ them. You know what I mean? They're laughing, joking, but you certainly want to employ them. But they're nice to be met in the pub and had a good laugh and sort of thing. That is the difficulty of it.
Yeah, it is. It is absolutely. It's not easy. It's definitely not easy. Thanks, guys. So let's jump on to the other interview then.
Yeah.
And I'll see you there in a sec. Yeah.
Yeah. No problem at all.
Cheers. Thank you.
Right, cheers. Thank you.
2 minutes.
Bye.
Thanks.
Cheers.
Bye.